Hey everyone, this is Zach from Nintendo Dads, and this is my son, Nick. That's right. I knew your name. I didn't forget. So today, of course, thanks to Nintendo of Canada, we just finished recording this review. If you haven't watched it, go watch that review in the description or somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, this is what we're talking about right now, though. Miitopia. What is Miitopia about?
It is guys steal faces.
Who steals faces?
The Dark Lord.
The Dark Lord. Who's the Dark Lord in your game?
Him.
Oh boy. The Dark Lord Zacho, or is that what his name is? Okay. So the Dark Lord steals faces. Of course, this is a game for the Nintendo 3DS family of systems. And it has Mii's, and it is, if you're looking for an actual, show you the back of the box. I didn't show this with the other one. Basically, it is like a turn-based RPG, kind of, like an adventure game.
Yeah.
Where you go on an adventure.
Yeah.
Right? And there's different classes or do they call them classes or costumes? I think they call them costumes or jobs or, I don't know.
Yeah, jobs.
I can't remember.
Yeah, the jobs.
So, have you ever had a job? When you grow up, do you want to be a flower? Is that...
No.
Oh, okay.
If I had to choose one, I would actually choose the imp.
The imp. The spawn of the dark man below. I don't know. So, Miitopia it's an RPG, and it's kind of like Tomodachi Life. You never played Tomodachi Life. It's got that same kind of humor. At least the game style is totally different, and the gameplay is different. But you've got an RPG that is it's pretty straightforward, right? Yeah. You just kind of go through the levels. It's pretty easy to play.
Yeah.
Battles you can autoplay battles. Do you like that?
Not really.
Not really? You don't like that it's autoplay. Even when you don't autoplay, though, it still only lets you control your character, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't let you control your friends.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a weird thing, although it does get a little bit more,
harder?
It gets harder, and also you can you can move your guys around the field, right? Yeah. And you can use sprinkles.
Safe stop where you're moving back and then they're safe.
Why would you do that? Why would you move the guy? If he's crying or...
Yeah.
He's got some sort of status effect, basically.
Yeah. Or if all your guys die, he just comes popping back in so you can use it.
Right. So is that how you do it? Yeah. So you keep one guy in reserve?
Yeah.
Genius. I didn't even think about that. So it's actually, there is a little bit of strategy to it, right?
Yeah.
So basically you get the whole fun of the game is that it has all of these roles, and you put the characters in those different roles, right? So there's your party, obviously, but then every single character that you run into in the game, you can actually go into the menu and select who you want that character to be. So, for example, in mine, the Great Sage is Stanley. So that's cool. And Justin Masson, co-host of Nintendo Dads, he's the Dark Lord in mine. And the King is another one of the guys from the podcast. But I think that one of the funnest parts of the game is the classes, right?
Yeah.
They're the jobs.
Yeah.
What are your favorite jobs that you've seen so far?
The tank.
The tank? Yeah, the tank. It's literally a tank, right? Like an army tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And the imp and the warrior.
The imp and the warrior. Yeah. The imp is cool because he's like a little devil guy, right?
Yeah. And he can make that portal where he sticks his spear in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's got a lot of strategy to it. It's really funny too.
Yeah.
I know you're still kind of learning how to read, but you can read somewhat, right?
Yeah.
Did you think it was funny?
Yeah.
You know what my favorite is they're walking and you sit on the cactus and they're like, "Whoa!" And then
that's not with Grandma Susie. She's like, that felt so good.
Yeah. Yeah, so it randomly will say, you sit on a cactus and it might say, "Oh, it hurt," and whatever, and they're hurt.
And you lose HP.
Yeah, but sometimes it says "Oh, surprise acupuncture," and you're healed. So
Oh, that felt so good.
yeah. So I don't know. It's funny. It's got lots of good humor. Especially seeing, characters, like people that as the different characters, I think is cool. Did you have something else you wanted to say?
No.
Oh. So the other thing that I think is really cool, is that it will actually draw your Miis from several different, it will pull them, it has the ability to pull them from just about anything, anywhere that there is a Mii, it can pull from there. So it can pull from your Mii Maker.
Yeah.
It can pull from your friends list on your Mii, or on your 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
It can pull from Tomodachi Life, if you have that. If you have Tomodachi Life, it will recognize it. So all the characters that you had in your village in Tomodachi Life, you can pull those, which is cool. And also, what do they call it? Mii Central? Which is just loaded with a bunch of different popular Miis that people have made. So things like, my postman, the mailman, is Spider-Man.
And mine's Toon Link.
And yours is Toon Link. And so there's, I think, the fairies, there's like a group of 3 fairies, and mine were all characters from Overwatch. So that was funny. And so it's really cool, right? Like it's lots of fun, and I really enjoy it. So
yeah.
Which game? Okay, here's a question for you. Which one's better?
I would have to say.
You think Miitopia is better?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. I tend to agree, only because I like the humor of this. Hey Pikmin's good, but it's not really my thing. But yeah, so it's awesome. I really like both of them.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else? We talked about this last time. How many out of 10? How many Miis out of 10 would you give Miitopia?
10.
10? Really? Wow. 10 out of 10 for Miitopia. I would say it's like a good 8.5 maybe. I really do enjoy it. And I know it does get a little bit slower, right? Like
yeah.
You are doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But I think that it can be a really fun time.
Yeah.
And there's lots and lots of hours of fun for it. So, all right. Well, with that, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to the show. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? War Turtle says that you need to subscribe. So the button, wherever it is on your mobile device, probably down here, subscribe, and it will be worth your while. And yeah, I think that's about it. Thanks for listening and watching, everybody. We record every Wednesday night. We record the weekly show. And you can catch us on iTunes as well. It's Stitcher, whatever podcaster you have. Podcatcher, I guess is what they call them, right? So, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And
see ya.
Bye.
Bye.